Emergency crews have been very busy today. We're along Fashion Valley Road where you can see this Jeep ended up in the rushing water. A man and a young child had to be rescued. Take a look. A little girl dressed in a life vest pulled from the passenger window of this Jeep. She's crying, reaching out for the driver, believed to be her father, who was still in the truck. San Diego fire rescue crews put her in a yellow raft and bring her to safety. Moments later, crews rescue the driver too.
I can only imagine what the parent must have felt being in a situation like this. This isn't like your typical situation. You're in the middle of a river with your Jeep halfway submerged underwater. That's got to be a traumatic situation.
San Diego Fire Rescue says it's unclear why the man drove into the water in the first place or the exact circumstances.
And not a good way to start off the new year if something bad were to have happened, but thankfully they made it okay.
Meanwhile, at Lake Hodges, another close call. An elderly woman walking down the street with her husband ran into trouble.
They were arm in arm, and they tried to cross a stream that was moving very, very powerfully. Probably was not a good idea to do what they did. They thought they were going to make it, and it was a bad choice. It was misjudgment, and she was ripped from his arms.
She was swept away. Her husband knocked off his feet. But the battalion chief says rather than calling 911, her husband went home to get help. 2 hours later, authorities were notified and feared the worst. They put up a helicopter and were stunned when they spotted her.
We actually found the woman alive. She had gone into the water. She was swept downstream, and we found her clinging to some bushes along that stream bed or that river bed before she actually entered into Lake Hodges.
He says her injuries weren't life-threatening. She was taken to the hospital for treatment. There were also problems on the freeways. A portion of the 94 westbound lanes flooded near the Broadway exit in Lemon Grove. At Hotel Circle South and Bachman Place, 2 men tried to unclog a storm drain as cars drove through the water nearby.
As you can see, the water's moving really fast.
Back near Fashion Valley, after rescuing the man and child, crews worked together to pull their teammates back to dry ground.
This is a real river in the middle of the city, and so as you can see, I don't think people really expect the city to be this way, but in parts of the city it definitely is. And so we just want to caution everyone to be careful today and anytime that there's water conditions that are more than normal, to pay attention. And so if you do plan on heading out onto the roads tonight, certainly be careful, slow down. San Diego Fire Rescue says it is just so important to take flood warnings seriously. Kelly Hessedall, CBS 8.